Welcome to the Lucidus podcast, where I explore everything because I believe everything is connected to everything. And so you touch one thing and you touch all things. I also believe in the infinite, unbounded potential within each of us. And in my search to explore myself and this infinite potential and all the limitations I impose upon myself and others in life, I explore all things. Today I'm exploring a word called goals. I used to be a big goal person, fell away from that because it was so, it was like imprisonment, I would say, a trap. But I feel very called toward goals again, and I'm not sure how to go about it. I'm trusting the call, but I'm also very confused because goals have not been healthy or helpful for me in the past. I certainly achieved things, but their success, I would say, was empty and didn't lead to meaningful growth. So I started journaling today, and I want to read it. I just want to read what I wrote, what I experienced, what I wrote, what I experienced, what I explored, and where I've landed. So, and I just like numbers. Today is 2/25/25, which is a fun number. Goals, a big scary word, scary to set and try and fail and succeed, and empty at the end, hard in the middle, blind at the beginning. It's all a muck of desire and passion and, I don't know, the sacred carrot coaxing us forward, all but falsely, as there is no forward, no achievement, no success, just life, the continuance of living with or without a goal. I haven't set a goal in so many years. Why now? Why push against life or for life or push for life? For me, I'd like to set goals I feel called toward so that it's me supporting me as life also supports me. And I'd like to define success as a process of refining myself, not a physical outcome. But isn't refining myself just a more subtle trap? Can I set a goal which isn't a trap? What is the trap? What's the goal? Oh, what is the greatest trap? I can't read my writing very well. Okay, so what's the greatest trap? Believing an outcome is good or bad. Judging an outcome. Oh, hold on, I gotta turn the pages here. All right, we're ending on what's the greatest trap? Believing an outcome is either good or bad. Judging an outcome. The moment I judge an outcome, life stops. I've defined it as it is. The end. All possibilities and permutations are deleted. How many losers became winners because they didn't quit? They didn't judge the outcome. Why didn't they fall into the trap? What is the mindset of possibility? What is the mindset of possibility? I wrote that twice, the second time very large. When I ask the question and feel into my body, I feel relief, a deep exhale of tension, and I feel release, a letting go of holding on, and some sadness, and some, I think that says pain. No, it doesn't. I can't tell what that says. I feel deep breaths and possibilities, the tendrils of energy radiating out in all directions. They sense and feel and perceive and return sensory information to me, not cognitive, sensory, the wisdom of bodily energies, of flow, of know. I underlined flow and know. This reminds me of a poem I recently wrote about love. A simple rhyme where I said, love was too big to know because there's so much flow. Or maybe there's just enough flow. The flow to live, the will to live. You can probably hear that big, huge engine outside. The flow to live, the will to live, the will to live. I heard a podcast recently which said that when we do things we don't want to do, things which are healthy for us, a part of our brain grows, and this part is associated with the will to live. It's ironic that the will to live includes doing things we don't want to do, yet are healthy for us. I wrote the wicked irony. Okay, goals. 1, pay off the furnace loan in 2025. So I had to get a new furnace, the end of 2024, and now I need to pay off that furnace loan. I think it's totally doable. It will take some time and some commitment and cutting back on spending in other areas. I believe I would do this without a goal, so why set one? Maybe a goal can be a way for me to see that I'm doing things. I'm achieving small means of growth. I do need some proof of this. I feel stagnant and stuck, afraid nothing is happening, and I'm not doing anything, literally. I feel like I'm just going through motions, but that may be the best thing for me right now. After so much mayhem, the mundane day-to-day might be success, and I don't even know it. I've already judged it as not anything, too little to matter. If my day-to-day doesn't matter, what does? Just the big moments? I've thought a lot about dying recently, of lying on my bed at the moment of death and wondering what I'd change if my moment of death was this specific one. My answer continues to be the same, which strikes me as odd, and the answer is odd. I don't regret anything because I couldn't do any better. And yet I wish it had gone differently. I wish I hadn't tried so hard to make it good, or make myself good, or just let more things and me be. I wish I would have trusted more in life and in me. Okay, back to goals. What I'd really like to happen versus what I feel called toward. So here in the journal, I have 2 columns. On the left-hand side is what I want, and I've numbered 1 through 7. On the right-hand side are what I feel called toward, and I 1 through 7. So what I did is, I wrote, so number 1, pay off the furnace loan. That's on the want side. And then I felt in my body, so I wrote that down. That's what I want. My mind, cognitively, very, very clearly, I want to pay off that furnace loan. And then I felt in my body, and I felt those same words, and I kind of allowed it to morph. I don't know how to just explain it, and I just felt my body, and I felt for words. And instead of pay off furnace loan, what I feel called toward is be financially sound. Okay, let's do number 2. Then I wrote, I want a strong, flexible body to work out. And I took those words and sort of that same goal and felt in my body, what do I feel called toward? And I wrote, prepared to use and move my body. Okay, let's look at number 3. What I want to cultivate lasting friendship. I felt that in my body, and what I feel called toward, learn, trust, and forgiveness. Okay, on the want side, number 4, what do I want? I want a partner to share my life. And then I felt in my body, and the words that came were a partner to learn and grow with. Number 5, what do I want? I want money to travel with my kids. Felt in my body, and the words that came were room to move, space to be. That's a far cry from money to travel with my kids. Instead of that, what I truly feel called toward is room to move and space to be. Number 6, what I want to write my books. What I feel called toward, when I say those words to my body says, learn to listen. So not write my books, but learn to listen. What I want, number 7, be at peace with myself and my journey. Allowing those words to settle in. What do I feel called toward? Number 7, accept the impossible. Accept the impossible. That stopped me short. I'm writing again now, and it's weird. I'm not sure what that means, accept the impossible, nor how that could be a goal, except it's also where I started. It's where I feel called to. Be in possibility, accept the impossible. Okay, so I'm going to read to you. So I've since finished, so that I stopped there and I went to a separate piece of paper and I wrote down 1 through 7 what I was called toward. So I'm going to let go of the left side of my columns, what I want. I'm going to let those goals go because I very much see that they're rooted in measurement and success and judgment and outcomes. And I'm going to allow my, quote, goals to be what I feel called toward. This is the right-hand side. And I'm going to read them again because I think what I've stumbled upon is a way for me to set goals where it's kind of impossible for me to measure the success or failure of them. So here they are again, what I feel called toward. 1, be financially sound. That feels like it has a lot of movement and flow in it. Number 2, prepare to use and move my body. Okay, again, a lot of openness, a lot of space in that. Number 3, learn, trust, and forgiveness. Okay. Number 4, a partner to learn and grow with. I think that one was, a lot of these really caught me, the way I've been saying things to myself versus what I feel called toward. Number 5, room to move, space to be. I think in general that's just excellent, but in particular this had to do with my kids. Number 6, learn to listen, which is interesting because I want to do is write my books, and what I got instead was learn to listen. And number 7, what I want is to be at peace, and what I got was accept the impossible. So this is my current take on goals, and these are my goals starting today, 2/25/25. We'll see how these go. I'm going to put them up on my vision board with my open-hearted participation and rest in the receiving. Those are the other 2 big messages I've gotten so far this year. And now these quote-unquote goals, which of course they're so interesting because not one of them has any kind of truly measurable success or failure, no end dates, no even, anyway, I think it'll be good for me because it's not going to allow me to force, judge, like it just really very open. So I share this hoping that if there are others who have felt stagnant, like I have, haven't really been able to identify a vision, and have also been perhaps reluctant to identify a vision or a goal because in the past goals in their life have been so stringent and strict. Maybe this is something you could do as well. Write down your goals on the left-hand column, what you want, and then feel into the body and allow the body to transmute, transform the mind's wishes, because I don't think the mind is all wrong, but it's lacking a little bit of the spaciousness of the body, I guess I would say. So allowing the body sort of to transmute and transform the wishes of the mind to bring in the passions of the heart and to redirect the trap of the goal into a way of living. So to take a very trap-oriented goal and allow it to transform into a way of being, of living, of meaning, of flow, of knowing, of life. So that's where I am today, and I'm sure we'll check in with these as the year goes on and go from there. I hope you all have a very, very beautiful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.